Well, guys, welcome to today's show. My name is Nick Overby. I am joined with my new co-host, fucking excited to say that, Nick Gardner. We are changing the format a little bit of the New Agent podcast. We've had some really good success and a lot of feedback on us joining forces. And so we have decided that in order to connect with the right people, in order to motivate, and really in order just to have some fun and build some content, we're going to do the Nick and Nick, the Insurance Dudes podcast. So that's it. That's going to be it. Today is the 1st of October, and it seems pretty fitting that we start a new month off with a new journey and a new path. And so I am beyond honored and stoked to have my now co-host, Nick Gardner, with me. How you doing today, man?
Good. How are you?
Cannot beat it with the stick.
Yeah, yes, right on. I can't believe I just said good. How are you? So I always walk around and I talk to people and I'm like, man, how you doing today? And everyone, that's what they say. That's your canned answer is good. I'm good. You're good. Good. Good is the enemy of great. You're great. Today is a great day. Have a great evening. It's funny that I just literally was just like, I'm good. How are you? Man, it's Friday Junior, baby. Let's go. It's October 1st.
Today's my Friday. Well, it's like from a financial standpoint.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I always love the first of the month. So, with sales, like it's a grind and you're like climbing that hill. The end of the month gets here and literally on the 1st, bam, back down to zero.
Fresh slate, baby.
Fresh slate, and let's do it again. Yeah. So it's always an exciting day for me as well. But also happy to be here and, embark on this new venture, this new journey as a co-host of the Nick and Nick Insurance Dudes. Man, honestly, I think we're freaking crush this thing, and I'm so pumped. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. More than anything, I think that's one of the biggest takeaways for me in the 2 episodes that we've done so far, and just kind of the conversations that we've had, not, officially recording or whatever. But it's just been fun, and I'm excited to see where this thing goes for sure.
Yeah. To your point, I wake up every day and, I'm a positive person, as are you. That's doesn't something that just, pops out of nowhere. We manifest that. And I look at it as I have to wake up and smile every day, and I have to enjoy what I do. And I'm fortunate, I know you are, that I'm in the people business. Right. I'm not in the health coverage business. You're not, and same for you. We do this because we want to connect with people. We love being out and being the one guy out of our group of friends. It's like, where did Nick go? Oh, he's over there talking to that old man or whatever it is. And I always tell the people that come in the office, man, if you have to show up every day and go to work and you can't have fun doing it, then you actually have to work. Because when was the last time you woke up and say, I'm going to go labor for money today?
Right.
So yeah, man, I'm super happy to be here. Super happy.
Fun when you get to just wake up and go and, build a business and talk to some people. For me, man, that's, we closed when coronavirus, the whole year's been whack, but I closed the office in April and we all worked remote from home. And, I'm thankful and consider myself blessed that I'm in a position and in a profession that like I can do that. But at the same time, after the month of April was up, man, I was yearning to talk to people. I missed that engagement, that connection, and just seeing, Steve that walks in and he pays for his auto insurance monthly and you just talk to him and how's it going? Or you just, all your regular people or the new people that you meet, the new relationships. I think, we strive to write, at least 5-10 households a week. Mm-hmm. And so that's like 5 to 10 new relationships, new people that I just know that are in my life. I'm like, this is so cool. And, I think through this podcast as well, I think both you and I hope to enrich the relationships that we already have through what we're doing here, but also make new relationships. And whether it's with people in the industry, new clients that we potentially bring in to our businesses respectively, or what have you. I think, man, it's gonna be good for sure.
To your point, and then we'll talk about some other things, but to your point, I'm a huge Gary Vee guy. I've always been that way. And he has always said that I don't care how much money I have when I die. I care how many people show up to my funeral.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really, for me, I've always been successful based on the relationships that I've built, the ones that I've moved on from, that I've learned from, that I've grown from. And I think part of what we're doing here is to, like you said, establish new relationships, connect with people, connect with consumers, connect with agents, connect with everybody that at the end of the day, not only do they want to get educated, but they want to have some fun and they want to take a break from the norm. And, you know, they got two handsome Nicks on the screen. It's perfect in combination, dude.
You actually might be onto something. I mean, Nick and Nick, the insurance dudes, that's cool. But I like the sound of two handsome Nicks.
It's actually not a bad idea. I'll send that information over to the lady and see what she says about
Two handsome.
Yeah, right. So man, we were talking about doing this. One of the things that was important for me is like, why are we here, right? And
Yep.
I told you earlier, for 3 days I've been thinking about this. Why are we here, Nick? You said it the best.
You know, to connect, whether that is with producers who are in the insurance industry, whether that is folks that are in sales, not necessarily insurance sales, right? But you're in sales, and so like you respect the hustle, respect the grind, and you know, sales is very broad in what it encompasses. Whether you're selling, you know, widgets or copiers or, you know, gym memberships, what have you, like we can reach that demographic. There's folks that are in insurance sales, right, where those two merge. I hope that I could, you know, we could reach some consumers, right? People out there that are maybe curious about health coverage options, or, you know, what life insurance could potentially do for them, or, you know, what is state minimum coverage and is that the best for you?
Yeah.
You know, like, so consumers, right? And I think all of that, and even I think the one objective that you have in sales is to connect with people. And I think at the heart of this, at the root of this, I think what you were racking your brain in how could we come down to this one, because it is so big. And I think that's probably the common denominator for me, is just to connect and reach as many folks as we can, you know, create some great content, and hopefully people like it and want to keep hearing us do this thing for a while. Should be good.
God willing. So yeah. Nick, we've known each other for quite a while. I won't bore everybody with the details, but we both from the same town, went to the same high school, grew up around the same people. How did you get here? Talk about the journey. What got you to where you are now?
Man, in a very brief synopsis, from the time I was probably, you know, 15, 16, working at my great grandfather's car lot in downtown Dallas, right off of Ross Avenue. What is it? It's down by the old Ford motor plant, if you know where that is.
Yeah.
It's now something that they build doors there, right off of I-30. But literally just working I was never given anything, and I was taught early on at a very young age to work for everything you have. And whether I've done many different things. I moved to Miami when I was 19, ran my uncle's scooter rental shop on Miami Beach for a couple of years, personal vacation planner with Carnival Cruise Lines, transitioned into working on board cruise ships, to jumping into the insurance industry, to running my own agency here in Dahlonega, Georgia. It's all been hard work, and it's been a hustle, and that kind of chip on your shoulder that you're kind of going about it the non, you know, normal way. Mm-hmm. And I'm going down this road, and I'm going to freaking show y'all that I'm going to be successful no matter what. Like, it's unorthodox, and it's not what most other people are doing out there. And that's okay. I've just never been a do what everyone else does kind of guy, mm-hmm. you know? And so that is how I got here, through determination that, you know, I don't have a degree that I can fall back on, but I have a ton of life experience. Man, I used to drive trucks down in Miami, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah, my uncle owned we went from the scooters. He had a business partner, and the guy knew about all the trucking industry. My uncle had the capital to make it happen. Well, literally day one, the business goes live. The guy fled the country, drained the business accounts, and my uncle's sitting there with like 3 48-foot refrigerated trailers and tractors. And I'm like, I gotta make some money. And so we sold the scooter business, and we got into the trucking industry. And so I was doing the logistics, keeping the trucks running around the nation. But then also on the weekends, when I had them sitting in Miami, if a truck is sitting, it's not making money. So I'd run a truck full of Powerade from Miami Gardens across town to wherever, Hallandale Beach, and make $600 or $700 on like a 30-45 minute trip. But yeah, it was crazy. But I mean, whatever it takes, right? I mean, you can't always choose the cards you're dealt, and I think in one of our past episodes, we talked about, kind of like a so what, now what, like this is what I have been dealt, and success is more gauged on your reaction to what you're dealt with than what you're actually dealt with. When I was in my first year, we have like 90-day checkpoints, and you can't go in there and give them excuses like, well, it's hard to find team members, or like, our prices are too high. Okay. Every other agent in this Atlanta metro area is facing the same thing you are. Tell us how you work through that, right? Tell us how you overcame. So I've definitely overcome some obstacles to get here. What about you? I know you have got an interesting journey as well.
I do. I gotta say this, man. As long as we've known each other and as much as we've talked, I had no idea about the trucking stuff, which is really cool. That's awesome.
We'll have to talk some more. I've got some hilarious stories. We might have, I don't know, I'll have to go. I don't want to keep this one pretty short, but yeah. I've got some hilarious stories from that. It was a good time for sure.
I can imagine that. So yeah, I mean, look, we came from the same town. I think there was a lot of the expectations were very similar when it comes to what's going to happen in the next 10 years of your life. You're going to go to college, you're going to meet somebody, and by 30, you're going to have a kid in the house and blah, blah, blah. And man, my blueprint's way different. I don't, like yourself, do the norm, which has hurt and helped me in a lot of ways. We all struggle. We all go through different things in life. And, I was fortunate to be around a lot of really amazing people, even in my struggle. And my 20s was spent kind of like yours in the people business. You were on a cruise ship. I was in restaurants all over the nation, from North Florida to New York to Texas. And I had a lot of fun doing it. And I, when fatherhood hit me right at 30, I decided there had to be a change. And what was that going to be? I was fortunate that I got into a really good position for a really large company, and I did really well. And when all that folded, I decided, you know what, I'll just do this on my own. And that was probably one of the foolish things I did, because I had no support, and I just was cock strong, thought I was going to do everything I could. But I learned a lot in that struggle, right? Whether I made money or lost money, it taught me a lot about myself and my resiliency to just keep moving forward and always being positive. Like, I know there's people that maybe not in my office or maybe not around, but when you talk to me, it's like, God, this dude is overly positive. And I believe that's just the way it needs to be. I don't look at the day as, 5 minutes ruins everything for me. I have the fortunate luxury of being a human and being alive and getting stuff done. So to your point, just moving forward and continuously growing. And I actually started this, I got introduced into this office not too long ago, and it was an energy thing for me. And it was like, why am I here? What am I doing? And sorry, we had somebody walk in. That's the fun thing about doing things here. But for me, it was the energy when I came in here, right? I can go out and make money anywhere. I can live a decent lifestyle and make $100,000 a year doing something. But to me, it was more about why am I here? And it was about connecting with people. At the end of the day, what fuels me is the energy I get when I'm in my office or when I'm on a phone call. We talked about this yesterday, I think, and I'm known to overtalk in a sense, but I don't overtalk myself out of sales. And it's part of building my rapport and building who I am. You said the 4 method last night when we were talking, and that's resonated with me all night today, because for me, building rapport, having conversations is part of who I am. I allowed people to not take it away from me, but think that wasn't okay. And I started fumbling on things, and I just learned to be yourself. be who you are. People don't like it, fuck them. Pardon my language.
Right.
It's not my problem.
Yeah.
I'm serious. Like I'm done trying to impress people.
But you are who you are.
Yes.
And more often than not, people will appreciate you for that. There's going to be some collateral damage along the way, and that's okay. But tell for those that don't know what FOR is, want to explain that?
Yeah. So family, occupation, and recreation. You know, when you're talking to somebody, we said this in one of our previous episodes, but people buy from people they trust and that they can relate to and that they know and that they're comfortable with. You know, you told me the story about the guy who owns the boatyard and you know how you went down there and that just that interaction, you know, that's rare in any business. And you know, for me on Tuesday, I remember when I was in Oklahoma and I'm sitting down talking to these people and the conversation had nothing to do with health coverage. It had everything to do with family, what they did for a living, as well as as well as you know, what they like to do for fun. And so once you build that rapport and you understand what's important to them, I think anything's possible. And you know, even if you don't make a sale out of it, you built a relationship, and you know that's more important because at one point in your life, this will all be gone. It will fade away. So, and you know, who's going to show up at your funeral? So,
man, I just want mine to be a huge party. I've got enough life insurance to make that happen.
Speaking of, I'm going to talk to you about that.
So in the insurance biz, on my side anyway, the agent that I worked for, we have certain goals we have to hit. And he's like, dude, to hit this goal, you either sell it, and if you don't sell it, you buy it. And you got one of two things. You either go out there and sell it and it doesn't cost you, but you're going to hit that goal no matter what. And if you come up a bit short, you're buying it. And so
whatever it takes, though.
Yeah, whatever it takes. He's got a ton of insurance, and I'm right there behind him. But yeah, man, we'll definitely talk about your insurances when we need to.
Yeah, we will. I think to what we had talked about earlier is that we wanted to keep the intro a little short, guys.
Yeah.
The whole idea of this episode was to introduce everybody to the new format, was to show our audience, our listeners, you know, there's going to be a little bit of a change, but it's for really good things and really good reasons. And we ended up spending like 3 hours on the phone last night, and the whole idea was to, you know, do this. But that within itself just has me so psyched. And one thing I will say, and then I'll let you finish this out, you know, if anybody is in our position, or you're an agent, a producer, a consumer, and you see something like what we're doing, I would urge you guys to reach out. If you have any questions, we're here to help. I know Nick is a huge wealth of knowledge. I'll get there soon, but he's probably one of the most inspiring people I've ever met, and that's what drives me to do this. And so if you guys are out there wondering, you know, A, should I do something like this? Fucking do it. And then B, yeah, and it's invigorating. It really is.
Yeah,
but,
it is.
You know, just don't hold back. And whatever you do in life, don't let other people tell you you can't do this and you can't do that, because I know Nick is the same way as I am. Like, that's just more of a reason for me to go out and say, no, I'm going to do this. So yeah, I appreciate you guys for watching. I'm going to let Nick close us out, and I love you guys. Thank you.
If people tell me that it's not possible or you can't do that, like, all right, game on. Like, it is possible. There is a way, and I will try. I will break every wrench that I have to try and make this thing happen. And, you know, failure is okay. Sometimes it's going to happen, but you got to keep going. But yeah. Oh, I can't do that. Hide and watch.
Right.
Hold my beer.
I like that. Hide and watch. That's nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Hide and watch. Yeah. But man, I'm really excited. Looking forward to getting some engagement with people. I mean, first off, we need some people that watch this thing, so we should start there. But then I think it'd be really cool to get some engagement, get some other people on here. I know it's great listening to us, but obviously people want to hear like from other people besides us a couple times, you know. But man, you know, at the end of the day, what we're doing is going to reach a lot of people, and we will be successful in doing this. Just got to make it happen, right?
Yep.
So it's a Thursday. It is the 1st of the month, October 1st. Can you believe that we literally only have one quarter left last quarter, y'all.
Bro.
Get your cores up.
So that's
yeah.
scary. It's good. It gives me chills. It literally gave me chills when you said that.
Yep. So it's basically coming around the clubhouse turn, and if you've put yourself in a position, then you should be running downhill towards the end of the year.
Correct.
And we've got a small, personally for my agents, so we've got a small uphill climb, but I think I've got the right team in place that we should close out this year. But man, super stoked, and yeah, we'll look forward to the next one.
Awesome, brother. You have a blessed day. We'll talk.
All right, man. You too.
See you later, brother.